Hello everyone and welcome to Derby City Wrestling. We begin this week's episode with very heavy hearts, as we would like to wish our sincere condolences, thoughts, and prayers to everyone who is affected by these senseless acts of violence in the city that you live in, the city that we love, Louisville. We hope this next hour of action will provide some levity, some enjoyment for you and your family during these very difficult times.
Derby City Wrestling is on the air. Hello from Wingside, everybody. I'm Gilbert Corsi alongside Johnny LaQuasto. Week 2 here from the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center, and a big main event.
No question. You look at the main event last week, Moose sending a statement to the United Champion Danny Limelight, but tonight we focus on the women. A completely decorated star throughout the world in wrestling, Marti Belle will be taking on one of the hottest rising stars and one of the youngest rising stars in Billie Starkz. First time ever. Cannot wait.
Billie Starkz is a teenage sensation. She is a Atherton High School student right here in Louisville, Kentucky, and yes, she is wrestling literally all over the world. She just spent her spring break in Japan. She's right here in Derby City for your main event.
Derby City Wrestling fans, this week we have these two fantastic women ready to put it on in there. Marti Belle, Billie Starkz, welcome by the way. Yes, but, you know, it's not all fun and games. Marti.
Billie, I've told you before, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of everything you've accomplished. You're an A+ student, you're a star student, you're doing all these amazing things in wrestling. You're killing it all over the US. Let's give her flowers, she deserves it. And Billie, I know you're big in Japan, but in Derby City, you're still a kid. To me, you're still a kid. And I'm telling you, I'm proud of you and I respect you, but keep that in mind.
I get it, Marti, you've been doing this forever. I watched you as a kid when I was growing up. Been doing this for a while, I get that. But I'm a whole different monster. I've been traveling the world. I've made my brand. I'm from here. Shout out Louisville. So just know, you're not fighting a kid. You're fighting a wrestler.
I respect that.
All right, big matchup coming up. Stay tuned.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Nampa, Idaho, weighing in at 180 pounds, the Blood Thief, Count Noctis. And his opponent, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Columbus, Ohio, Damian Chambers.
You know, Gilbert, we talked in the opening about the main event, and next thing you know, we see our main event competitors. We see Marti, Belle, we see Billie, Starkz. Cannot wait for that. But you want to talk about how many hungry competitors we have in Derby City Wrestling. Look no further than Count Noctis and Damian Chambers.
Well, Count Noctis, for those United Wrestling fans, is going to look very familiar. A member of the United Wrestling roster for about the last 5 years. He spent his formative years in professional wrestling as part of the Championship Wrestling team out in Hollywood, so you know him very well, Johnny.
Well, I know who used to be Adriel Noctis very well. Quite frankly, I don't know the individual he's turned into. I don't recognize this stoic, brooding blood thief that he describes himself as. So he's obviously grown not only as a competitor, you know, notching victories all throughout the country, even internationally, but quite frankly, I don't know who this individual is.
Noctis, known now as a blood thief, formerly a lost cause, the Count even. I mean, Noctis believes he's a modern-day vampire.
And you know, 4 or 5 years ago, he was much more of a risk taker. He felt like he had to take to the sky to be effective. As you can see now, it's a much more ground-based attack. He likes to inflict pain. He doesn't like to rush. He likes to defeat his opponent slow and methodically. But Damian Chambers, a tremendous athlete and competitor in his own right.
Adaptive fighter is Damian Chambers, so if he needs to change up his game plan for whoever he's in the ring with, he's able to do that to gain victory. The kind of competitor, Damian Chambers, who is always thinking on his feet. Technical, strike savvy, and if he breaks down, he can go for those big bump type maneuvers as well.
Nice break of the hold there by Damian Chambers. Lives by the phrase, "Here I am," which is really the perfect outlook for Derby City Wrestling, because here we are. In the debut last week, it was a hit, and we cannot wait for you all to see what we have in store. Oh, nice chop there by Damian Chambers. He believes that the world only makes sense if you force it to. To be honest, Gilbert, I don't have that outlook, but I'm also not the competitor that Damian Chambers is.
Here, can I ask you a question about Adriel Noctis, since you've known him for a while,
Yes.
and he believes he is a reincarnated vampire? Is it true that Noctis likes to bite?
Well, number one, I don't know if he calls himself any sort of a vampire. I mean, yes, you can maybe assume based on his characteristics. He told me that he's eternal, and then he walked away. So I honestly don't know what kind of life this guy is living. But right now, it's a very competitive match we have here between Chambers and Noctis. Oh,
Chambers
nice
lowers
sunset
his
flip.
head. That's a mistake. The sunset flip rolls through, turns it into a boot right to the temple. The point of the toe to the side of the brain. That always hurts.
Definitely seeing two very technically proficient competitors trying to make an impact in their debut here for Derby City Wrestling. Counter after counter, and down goes Noctis. The damage done to the Laborman left shoulder. Can Noctis find a way back in it?
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
What in the world?
I can't let you drive without calling CarShield, Steve.
You drive great, so what if your warranty's expired?
I don't want you paying for expensive repairs, Steve.
That's so nice. Now can you open the door, please?
I'm afraid I can't do that until you call CarShield.
Can I call them later?
Their administrators pay for expensive repairs on engines, transmissions, ACs, and up to 6,000 other parts.
I'm listening.
CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company. All you have to do is call before you break down.
CarShield sounds pretty good.
Think of all the road trips we could have with their nationwide coverage, Steve.
I love road trips.
And with the money you save, you could get those salsa lessons you always wanted.
Put me through to CarShield.
Dialing.
I see why they call you a smart car.
Don't get stuck paying for sky-high car repairs. Call CarShield before your next breakdown. Call 800-409-2695. 800-409-2695.
You're back here, ladies and gentlemen, watching Derby City Wrestling. Gilbert Corsi, John and Quasto at the ringside, coming to you from the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center in the heart of Louisville's West End. And all throughout the break, Johnny, it has been Damian Chambers picking apart the arm of Adriel Noctis.
Well, more specifically the shoulder. We're talking about the rotator cuff. We're talking about the labrum. I mean, as a physical therapist, I can tell you, if you tear the labrum, there's only one way to repair it. That is with surgical intervention. Sometimes you can rehab the rotator cuff, but not always. So Damian Chambers with the pinpoint precision has Noctis, though, trying to fight back with the right hand.
Noctis trying to use the one good arm he has, just went on instincts there, and you saw that the pain was written all over his face. And you talk about when you damage that labrum. I know guys who have had that kind of injury. You're out for 9 months to a year, Johnny.
No question about that. Oh, wow. Great counter there. Belly to back. Cover, and no. Noctis able to stay alive.
Methodical is Damian Chambers. Again, calls himself an adaptive fighter, and he looks like he's settled in on picking apart the arm. Are you looking at the stomp there? The arm is not supposed to bounce off the ring like that.
Well, Noctis better hope that is eternal to be able to come back from this damage. I mean, many describe Damian Chambers as being flashy but aggressive, and Gilbert, that's really what we're seeing. We're seeing a calculated attack, but we're also seeing a lot of athletic and powerful moves as well.
Noctis is really just trying to create some distance here from the pressure, from the fight of Damian Chambers.
And you can see the pain that Noctis is dealing with, because, you know, the brachial plexus also lives in that shoulder, which really supplies the nerve innervation to the entire rest of the arm all the way down through the wrist.
Oh, gosh, did you hear it? To the middle of the spine. If you didn't hear it, take a look at Damian Chambers' face. It hurt.
Now Noctis finally with an opening. Who is going to raise their stock in the United Wrestling Network with a win? And there's the athleticism of Count Noctis as he's heading up to the second turnbuckle.
Noctis perched on the second rope on the inside, double knees to the neck, floats over into the cover. The leg is hooked, but the damage that is done to the arm stops Noctis from being able to really roll up Chambers into the package there for the pin.
Anytime a competitor can hit that Meteora, all of the body weight crashing onto the chest and shoulders, so much damage is done there. And oh, Noctis
couldn't hold him.
Nope.
Couldn't hold him.
The momentum didn't help, but right into a cover. Very smart by Noctis.
Again, when you're in the ring with a damaged wing, there's only so much that you can do.
But Noctis realized the position Chambers was in, went for the cover. Ooh, Chambers able to kick out, now a powerful right. Hoisted up Noctis into the Ushigoroshi.
Ushiga what?
Ushigoroshi.
He hit his head and neck.
Oh, there you go.
Fine.
Oh! Hold on, going for the submission here. Noctis.
That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it.
Trying, he has to inch his way back over to the bottom rope there.
Adriel's gonna have to tap here. All the damage that's been done to the arm, it's tap or break, it's tap or break.
And this is what Chambers was setting up for this entire match, but look at Noctis with the counter, shoulders down, and he got him!
Wow!
The winner of this match, Count Noctis!
Damian Chambers almost beat himself there, Johnny.
Well, that's exactly what happened. Noctis, what the hell? Whoa! What is...
Jaden Dominic?
What is going on?
Jaden Dominic Rose?
What is JDR doing here? I mean, we knew he was going to be involved in Derby City Wrestling, but he wasn't supposed to be here this week.
Is there a friendship between him and Chambers? I mean, and why?
Oh, come on.
Does he have a past, a history with Adriel Noctis? What's this about? Johnny?
I hope they both realize the committee is watching. Okay, this is baffling.
Even more confusing. I mean, is Jayden just trying to make friends, find allies?
Well, it was a brilliant counter by Count Noctis to score the victory, but it was certainly marred by the attack afterwards by JDR and then Chambers.
Chambers looks confused here, too. There was no high five.
Nonetheless, Count Noctis scores one in the win column for his debut in Derby City Wrestling. We'll be right back.
Don't worry. It's fake. That's a fake bomb. That's fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe.Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
What in the world?
I can't let you drive without calling CarShield, Steve.
You drive great. So what if your warranty's expired?
I don't want you paying for expensive repairs, Steve.
That's so nice. Now can you open the door, please?
I'm afraid I can't do that until you call CarShield.
Can I call them later?
Their administrators pay for expensive repairs on engines, transmissions, ACs, and up to 6,000 other parts.
I'm listening.
CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company. All you have to do is call before you break down.
CarShield sounds pretty good.
Think of all the road trips we could have with their nationwide coverage, Steve.
I love road trips.
And with the money you save, you could get those salsa lessons you always wanted.
Put me through to CarShield.
Dialing.
I see why they call you a smart car.
Don't get stuck paying for sky-high car repairs. Call CarShield before your next breakdown. Call 800-409-2695. 800-409-2695.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Derby City Wrestling. I'm Johnny LaQuasto, and one of the things we like to do in the United Wrestling Network is catch you up on some of the history of the amazing championships we have in United. One of them being the United Heritage Championship. So right now, we're going to go back and take a look at an incredible, historic match between the champion at the time, Zicky Dice, and the progenitor of the Brood, Gangrel.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United Heritage Championship!
Main event time, and this is a main event player right here, the legendary Vampire Warrior Gangrel, right in time for All Hallows Eve, and he might make things very, very scary for the Heritage title reign of the outlandish one, Zicky Dice.
And Gangrel just placed the chalice only about 18 inches from me, and quite frankly, I'm shuddering a little bit.
Gangrel's only going to be out for blood in our main event, but looking to make history. Are we looking at the next United Heritage Champion? And here comes the champion. Been a while since we saw the outlandish one put the title on the line. Of course, a golden opportunity. What a match he had with E.J. Starkz. Took every trick he had up his sleeve. And the practicing magician has got a lot of them to get by E.J. Starkz. And he's got a tough one ahead of him here in the Vampire Warrior.
There are a lot of things that could be said about the United Heritage Champion, Zicky Dice. But you have to give it credit where credit is due. He truly is one of the more creative professional wrestlers in the business today. He always finds a way, and that's why he's been the champion for the better half of 6 months, and he's ready to defend right now against the legend.
Absolutely, and here to set the stage,
Introducing first, the challenger from Santa Cruz, California, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Vampire Warrior, Gangrel! And introducing his opponent from Cocoa Beach, Florida, weighing in at 223 pounds, he is the United Heritage Champion, Outlandish Zicky Dice!
Stage is set. You can hear what the faithful here at the Irvine Improv think of the champion. I'll tell you, Gangrel, Vampire Warrior, the leader of the Brood. He's in the corporate ministry. I mean,
multiple broods, if you will.
Yes, indeed. So much history in this sport. And when it comes to in-ring competition, you can see the shape that the veteran's in. I always liken Gangrel to a classic muscle car. He's a powerhouse, and somehow he just keeps running better than ever.
And as a physical therapist, I can tell you, the last thing to go, Todd, is your power and your strength. And Gangrel certainly still has that in spades. Zicky Dice has a severe challenge in front of him.
Gangrel, the veteran's seen just about everything in this great sport, but Zicky might bring a couple things to the table that even Gangrel has never witnessed.
There's no doubt about it. Look, Zicky Dice is flashy, he's eccentric. Some would even call him nauseating at times, but he's very intelligent, and all of these tactics have led him to be so successful in his career. Todd, you and I were there when Zicky Dice first came through the United doors. What a difference, what an exponential growth in his career.
No doubt about it, and not the same response and fanfare when the champion tries to strike up the band with this crowd, and now turned into physicality is the champion Zicky Dice, and I don't know if I like his odds in a slugfest, but right now he's taking it to the Vampire Warrior.
Well, Gangrel has proven over the course of his career he thrives off of pain, so Zicky Dice is going to have to be incredibly creative with his offensive arsenal tonight.
Gonna be tough when you're getting hunted by a vampire. Gangrel might be one impaler away from making championship history. Look at this big scoop and a slam. Oh, and this is signature offense by the big guy. That corkscrew elbow, so beautifully done. He's done it to many of the greats in this great sport. History to be made here, looking for the cover. Only a count of one.
That is 250-plus pounds crashing upon the sternum of the United Heritage Champion right there by Gangrel.
Oh, look, he's looking for it in the early going, was looking for that impaler. The champ was wise to it. And that, that's one disadvantage. When you're such a battle-tested veteran, your opponents have seen your tape. There's a lot of it out there.
Zicky Dice is certainly a student of the game, and yes, he has studied Gangrel. He does not take any title match lightly, and that's one of the reasons he's still champion, is Gangrel now looking to give chase here on the outside.
Gangrel's got to be wary that he can only win the title inside the square circle. I think Zicky was trying to run there. He was heading to the hills. He was hoping to outlast the vampire till daylight here.
And a fist right to the lumbar spine is a quick way to halt your opponent from marching out of here. Now Gangrel, of course, can only win the title inside the ring, Todd.
Yes, but Gangrel is forcing the champ to descend into the darkness right now and making him pay the price. And I'll tell you what, Gangrel, one of the hardest hitters in the history of this sport.
Oh, it looks like he utilized his fangs there on the forehead of Zicky Dice.
Little bloodlust by the vampire, no surprise there.
It was a good, oh my, look at Zicky.
Well,
so resourceful and Look, when you get bit, sometimes it wakes you up a little bit.
You talk about Halloween, you talk about trick or treat. When you're in there with Zicky Dice, it's going to be only tricks, and he knows a bunch of them. He's written a bunch of them. Total disrespect here by the champion.
Well, there's no question our official Scarlett Donovan has her hands full with these two athletes in the ring, and now Zicky Dice utilizing the second rope, the bottom rope, right into a cover.
Into the cover here, looking to put him away. Absolutely trying to behead the vampire. Not a stake to the heart, but very effective. Look at this Northern Light suplex. Got him over. How impressive is that by Zicky Dice?
Zicky Dice has taken his physical fitness and his strength to a whole new level over the last year, as evidenced right there by the beautiful Northern Lights into the bridge, and now Gangrel fighting to get back to his feet.
And now that neck vice, roll of the dice by the champion, manhandling the Vampire Warrior, looking for the win, so close. Boy, I never thought I'd see Zicky Dice win a physical battle with Gangrel, but that's what we're looking at right now.
A wide smile on the face of the champion. As like you said, Todd, many would be surprised. Zicky Dice appears to be in control, but look at Gangrel now. Oh my, right to the kitchen sink.
Knee right to the, I'd say bread basket, but I guess the blood basket here with the Vampire into the cover, looking to put him away again, cannot do it.
Todd, you have to be impressed with the game plan of Zicky Dice. Elbow coming up empty there.
Yep, nobody home, and once again, as if the Gangrel sitting up out of that coffin just in time. Well, third time was not the charm for the champion. The veteran one step ahead.
Stinging the elbow of Zicky Dice. Now Gangrel looking to build a little bit of momentum here. Can he find a way?
Telegraphed it there, and now there's that power slam. Another fixture in the offense of the Vampire Warrior, and that was a close call and had the champion right in the center of the ring. Almost put him away, and we might be seconds away from another impaler attempt. Tried it too early. Look out here. Side Russian leg sweep. Floats over into the cover. How good does Gangrel look here, John?
Unbelievable. What a quick transition into the pin attempt there by Gangrel, ever so close to becoming the new United Heritage Champion. Todd, did you ever think that Gangrel could possibly have an opportunity to become a United Heritage Champion? Yet here we are.
Well, I'll tell you, that's what I love, what the committee is doing, giving us great matches like this. Gangrel moments ago went for the Impaler again. Zicky was able to bull rush him into the corner and nullify it, but another big shot, big clothesline. Oh, has him where he wants him now. Boy, Zicky is wise to this very elusive referee in harm's way. Look out here. Shot by the challenger, follows in.
Such a physical battle this has been.
And now Zicky going up top. I think he got to pull the hair, perhaps.
Gangrel very resourceful there.
The veteran wears of the challenger here. Gonna try and get this crowd involved again. And I'll tell you, the champ in a precarious position here, Johnny.
Well, there are many watching this match that may not have given Zicky Dice much of a chance against someone like Gangrel, but he's hanging in, but this could be the beginning of the end for Gangrel, maybe a new champion.
Looking to bury him 6 feet deep. Oh, he countered, he hooked the leg.
Shoulders down. Oh, you're kidding.
Here is your winner, and still United Heritage Champion, Zicky Dice.
We talked about him being a magician. He pulled that one right out of his hat. What a counter to the superplex. Incredible.
Zicky Dice snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat following a superplex. How resourceful was that?
And now the celebration, that's a huge victory, but don't turn around, you're not gonna like the music. A bit of a bloodbath here.
Well, the victory comes at a price. Zicky Dice remains the United Heritage Champion, but it does not taste good.
We'll see you next time. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Zicky Dice showing his true colors with this controversial win over Gangrel. And next week on the program, Dice takes on Robbie Walker. Now let's go to the back to Sean Phillips with a few special guests.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing by with the boys right here at Derby City Wrestling. Gentlemen, you guys are world traveled. You've been around with Dalton Castle, but now you're right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Gentlemen, are you guys excited for your opportunity? All right, let me try this again. You guys have the opportunity tonight to wrestle and earn yourselves a championship opportunity against TMDK for the tag titles that we have here at the United Wrestling Network. Gentlemen, are you excited? It looks like I'm not gonna get anything here, so Dave, sending it back to you.
Okay, friends, we're here with Danny Limelight. He's the United World Heavyweight Champion. Danny, welcome to Louisville, Kentucky, and welcome to Derby City Wrestling. And I don't know if you heard, but Moose had something to say to you.
Louisville, Kentucky, what's going on, mi gente? Ya llegó Papi, the United Wrestling Network World Heavyweight Champion. And you see, Mr. Marquez, I call you Mr. Marquez because I respect you. But what I don't respect is wrestlers like the self-proclaimed wrestling god, Moose, coming out here and telling me to look into his eyes. Because the championship that I worked so hard for, that I fought so hard for, is already his. Listen here, Moose, there's no doubt that you're gonna make an impact here at Derby City Wrestling. There's no doubt you're gonna make an impact here at United Wrestling Network. But there's also no doubt that Bobby makes an impact wherever he goes. So, I'll be damned if you're gonna walk in here and take this from me without wiping your feet at the doormat first, Moose. But like I always say, now bring that camera real close to Bobby's beautiful face. Any person, anywhere, anytime can get this work. But Moose isn't the only bozo out here running his mouth. You see, Rocco Bellagio came out and was talking his talk. Yeah, Rocco Bellagio, the hometown kid. The longest reigning world heavyweight champion in this city's history. And he was getting co-signed by the Pope. Y'all know the Pope, right? It makes sense why a legend like the Pope will come out and co-sign Rocco. I mean, let's look at the tail of the tape. Rocco stands in at 6'5", 260 plus pounds, hairy chest, running around the ring looking like Harry and the Henderson's twin brother. But you see, Rocco, y'all holding on to some history. History from the past. History that's not now. You see, the present, where we living in, Bobby's making history everywhere he goes. I'm a fighting champ, Rocco, so once I get done salsa dancing around you in the ring, they can send Moose, they can send Pope, they can send whoever they want to come get the work from Bobby.
There he is, the United World Champion, Danny Limelight.
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
What in the world?
I can't let you drive without calling CarShield, Steve.
You drive great, so what if your warranty's expired?
I don't want you paying for expensive repairs, Steve.
That's so nice. Now can you open the door, please?
I'm afraid I can't do that until you call CarShield.
Can I call them later?
Their administrators pay for expensive repairs on engines, transmissions, ACs, and up to 6,000 other parts.
I'm listening.
CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company. All you have to do is call before you break down.
CarShield sounds pretty good.
Think of all the road trips we could have with their nationwide coverage, Steve.
I love road trips.
And with the money you save, you could get those salsa lessons you always wanted.
Put me through to CarShield.
Dialing.
I see why they call you a smart car.
Don't get stuck paying for sky-high car repairs. Call CarShield before your next breakdown. Call 800-409-2695. 800-409-2695.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 233 pounds, the merciless Lord Crewe. And his opponent, already in the ring, from Seattle, Washington, weighing 185 pounds, Beck, Reeves.
Lord Crewe back in action on week 2 here in Derby City Wrestling. Crewe coming in off a hard-hitting battle.
Oh, hard-hitting to say the least.
And he's not in a good mood, Johnny, not at all.
He came up short to Chocolate Thunder Willie Mack in our debut episode, and Lord Crewe is about to take all his brutal frustrations out on Beck Reeves. I'm not sure why Aaron Williams is here.
We gotta acknowledge that. Crewe accompanied at ringside by one Aaron Williams. What do you know about their history, Johnny?
I have no idea. I mean, Aaron Williams came up short to Moose in the main event of last week, so maybe they're trying to, you know, combine together and conquer all of Derby City. They haven't talked to me, so I have no idea. But there is a fall-away slam just launching Reeves to the opposite side of the ring.
Pillar to post, release style. And agony is written all over the face of one Beck Reeves. I like to say that Lord Crewe was never in a good mood. Never in a good mood, but after coming up just short against Chocolate Thunder Willie Mack, which there's no shame in, Johnny.
Just thumping blows. Crewe lives by the strategy, hit first and figure out the rest afterwards. And Beck Reeves! My! Down in a heap once again, and Crewe decimates Beck Reeves for the victory.
And the winner of this match, Lord Crewe.
Lord Crewe has come in looking for vengeance and apparently taking names. Poor Beck Reeves. He was just a victim of a hit.
Willie Mack! I want you to look in my eyes, Willie Mack! You think you got the best of me? Oh no. This is far from over!
Apparently more to the chapter, more to the story, more to be said between Willie Mack and Lord Crewe.
Warning sent.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Phillips here with outlandish Zicky Dice here at Derby City Wrestling. Zicky, I gotta ask you. Last week we saw you going through Beck Reeves' bag. What? This week, the fire department's been here twice because of fire alarms that you pulled. What? Zicky, I gotta ask you. What is up with all this outlandish nonsense?
Steve, I gotta ask you, what's up with all the accusations? Are you calling me a thief on national television? That was my wrist tape, for one. Two, do you think that maybe that old bag of bones, Rip Rogers, pulled the fire alarms? He's good for a rib or two. Dude's gonna croak anyways, what's it matter? You wanna know what I'm really doing here at the United Wrestling Network, huh? I'm looking to put together a super squad. The best that the world has to offer. Because it's time that I get the action figures, the movie posters, the television time, the pay-per-views, the movies, you name it. And unless you're gonna wash my back, this interview is over.
Outlandish.
What in the world?
I can't let you drive without calling Car Shield, Steve.
You drive great, so what if your warranty's expired?
I don't want you paying for expensive repairs, Steve.
That's so nice. Now can you open the door, please?
I'm afraid I can't do that until you call Car Shield.
Can I call them later?
Their administrators pay for expensive repairs on engines, transmissions, ACs, and up to 6,000 other parts.
I'm listening.
Car Shield is America's #1 auto protection company. All you have to do is call before you break down.
Car Shield sounds pretty good.
Think of all the road trips we could have with their nationwide coverage, Steve.
I love road trips.
And with the money you save, you could get those salsa lessons you always wanted.
Put me through to Car Shield.
Dialing.
I see why they call you a smart car.
Don't get stuck paying for sky-high car repairs. Call CarShield before your next breakdown. Call 800-409-2695. 800-409-2695.
All right, back here ringside, Dylan Bostic pulled me aside in the back. I was trying to enjoy popcorn, and you're not allowing me. You've asked for this time.
Well, listen, David Marquez, I'm out here because I want to know what the Pope's answer is. I've been asking it.
Hey, Pope, you don't need to know nothing else, Daddy. The reason Pope... Right now.
Whoa. Oh, my.
This is breaking it loose.
Look out.
Dylan Bostic was talking smack last week, and Pope doesn't take that lightly.
No, you don't besmirch the Pope without getting a bit of a retribution. That's exactly what just happened. Pope wasn't interested in talking. He was interested in fighting, and now everything. Pope is busting through everyone to take out Bostic.
Dylan Bostic asked for a match, and Pope is trying to give him a beatdown instead.
Wow. Well, the committee may have to take a hard look at this and make a match, but we'll be right back after the chaos calms down.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from New York, Marti Belle.
We have our main event set. Two of the hottest free agents in professional wrestling. You have Marti Belle, one half of the Hex, but she is on a solo mission here in the United Wrestling Network.
And her opponent from Louisville, Kentucky, by way of the Stars, Space Jesus, Billie Starkz!
The fans are on their feet here in Derby City Wrestling for Billie Starkz.
The hometown girl, the Swanton sweetheart. She's a senior in high school and has already developed a fan base the world over. She's already competed in Japan. She's about to head to the UK, but right now she's here in the United Wrestling Network for the very first time.
I'm so looking forward to this main event. My first time getting to see Billie Starkz compete in person. I mean, the wrestling world loves Billie Starkz. 18 years old. She's an Atherton High School student, Johnny. She's already wrestled in 23 states in Japan. She cut her teeth in the ring, started training at the age of 13.
And Marti Belle also knows what it's like to start training at a young age. She was a teenager when she stepped in the ring for the first time. So it's a bit of a teacher versus student matchup we have here. But, you know, Billie Starkz, you talk about 23 states, Japan, UK. She was so busy, she almost missed her senior prom.
Her prom was very recently before this event is taking place. It was the day before it.
But right now, Marti Belle looking to teach Billie Starkz a technical lesson here to get the advantage early on.
And I think that's what's so enduring about somebody like Billie Starkz is, I mean, she has this joy, this light, this passion in her eyes, and you can almost see her heart every time that she steps inside the squared circle. That's why the fans love Billie Starkz.
With that, she's also very adaptable. She's a student of the game. She does have a very old school mentality, even though she's only 18 years young. But Marti Belle, the more powerful of the two competitors. And Marti Belle does not mind slowing a match down. She likes to ground her opponents. But now Billie Starkz, impressive counter here.
Older, wiser, better. That was the kind of the thinking, the vibe I was getting from Marti Belle at the beginning of the broadcast today. She basically said, I've been doing this longer, and so while I respect you, Billie Starkz, I'm going to beat you.
Nice quickness there by Starkz.
Respect is thrown out the door when the bell rings and the two competitors go toe-to-toe. It's about 1, 2, 3. It's about one thing, a victory.
Starkz is also going to be heading back to Japan. She competed at Grand Princess 23 for TJBW over in Japan, and she's about to go back very soon.
What is it like before the age of 18 to main event in a sold-out Hurricane Hall? I think there's only one person who knows that, and that's Billie Starkz.
I barely knew how to drive when I was 18, so I couldn't tell you what it was like to be this successful.
I've been in a car with you, Johnny, now. It's kind of suspect. How old are you?
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to give away my age or my driving skills. I still have a license that I believe is active. Oh, and now Marti Belle, powerful right hand to Billie Starkz. And, you know, you look at the resume of Marti Belle, former NWA World's Women's Tag Team Champion, 3-time Shine Tag Team Champion, and Eve Tag Team Champion, all at the same time. Her and Allison Kay held all those titles. And she also recently made a vicious return to Impact Wrestling. She is all over the place. Basically, wherever she wants to go, she shows up, and everyone's thrilled.
If there is one thing that I know about Marti Belle, if there's one word to describe her as a competitor, it is consistent. You know. The short arm here from Billie Starkz, and Belle takes a moment to think about it.
Picking up speed, through the bottom rope, Billie Starkz takes out Marti Belle, safe landing on her feet.
Starkz throws caution to the wind, and that is one thing I've known as I've watched matches and studied the kind of competitor that you get in Billie Starkz. She is willing to flip and fly all over that ring.
Case in point right there.
And outside
but Marti Belle catches Billie Starkz.
Notice how Marti Belle is making Starkz fight her fight. Leg
cover. Starkz kicking out at 1. And now Marti Belle looking to exhaust Billie Starkz. Another cover.
Yeah, it takes energy to kick out, right?
Yeah. Look, Marti Belle does not go for any style points. And now, center of the ring, looking to lock in. Bit of a camel clutch here. Can Billie Starkz find a way out of it?
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
What in the world?
I can't let you drive without calling Car Shield, Steve.
You drive great. So what if your warranty's expired?
I don't want you paying for expensive repairs, Steve.
That's so nice. Now can you open the door, please?
I'm afraid I can't do that until you call Car Shield.
Can I call them later?
Their administrators pay for expensive repairs on engines, transmissions, ACs, and up to 6,000 other parts.
I'm listening.
Car Shield is America's #1 auto protection company. All you have to do is call before you break down.
Car Shield sounds pretty good.
Think of all the road trips we could have with their nationwide coverage, Steve.
I love road trips.
And with the money you save, you could get those salsa lessons you always wanted.
Put me through to Car Shield.
Dialing.
I see why they call you a smart car.
Don't get stuck paying for sky-high car repairs. Call Car Shield before your next breakdown. Call 800-409-2695. 800-409-2695.
Main event time in Derby City Wrestling. Gilbert Corsi alongside Jonathan LaQuasto at ringside, coming to you from the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center, and it's a good one. Billie Starkz taking on Marti Belle, and all through the break, it has been Belle taking the fight to the 18-year-old sensation.
She's been ringing the bell of Billie Starkz. Yeah. Marti has truly been imposing her will. Look, she's the more powerful competitor. She's the more experienced competitor, and we're seeing both of them right now take control of this matchup as Billie Starkz, beautiful back elbow to buy herself a little bit of time. Can she find a way back in it?
Guys, I can't say enough about the action that you're going to see that we've seen already in Derby City Wrestling, whether it was Lord Crewe and Willie Mack, or Moose and Aaron Williams, or this blockbuster main event here between Billie Starkz and and Marti Belle. Tweet your friends, call your family, make an appointment to be here every week, Saturday at noon.
That's right. And a matchup like this, so important for both of these women, with the rumors of a United Women's Championship abounding. You know, a victory here in the first women's match at Derby City Wrestling would be absolutely massive here in the main event. You have Marti Belle, who wants to prove she's capable all by herself. She doesn't need Allison Kay to be successful, and that's why this match is important, whereas Billie Starkz wants to continue to raise her stock.
Starkz went for the axe kick. I'm not sure that she got all of it.
Now Marti Belle just embracing the fact that this hometown Louisville crowd is firmly behind Billie Starkz. Into the cover here, hooks the leg. Billie Starkz keeps this match alive.
Again, you see what is so enduring, why fans love Billie Starkz so much. It's because she shows you her inside, she shows you her drive, she shows you her will, her passion, and her heart every time she steps in the ring. And that's what Marty's jackknife here.
Marti was going for Hell's Bell. Billie Starkz had it scouted with a beautiful jackknife, and now a boot to the face, and now Billie Starkz having a bit of a second and third wind.
Momentum shifting moment perhaps in this matchup. There's the suplex. Let's see how Starkz begins to capitalize. Going to her home away from home. In the air.
Oh, once again,
veteran.
Billie Starkz went to take a risk. Marti Belle had it. She completely had it scouted. And now, hip check in the corner.
I talked about the complete competitor that is Marti Belle. She has come in with a wise battle strategy, almost staying one step ahead of Billie Starkz. Cover here, will it be enough? 2.5, Starkz still has some gas left in the tank.
Look, Marti Belle is all about film study, and when you look at Billie Starkz, she has an impressive arsenal, but she loves to take risks. There's a reason why people have dubbed her the Swanton Sweetheart.
Sure.
Fear is afraid of Billie Starkz, let's put it that way.
Listen, it's a true story that Billie Starkz, her teachers at high school didn't know that she was a professional wrestling. She was showing up to class with bumps and bruises so often.
Oh! Great combination there, stunning Marti Belle a bit, going for the backpack. Could she hit it? Oh my!
Did she get enough? Did she get all of it? Starkz pulling Marti Belle into the position for her swanton, perhaps. It's Starkz sensing victory, trying to put away Marti Belle.
If she can land this.
The 18-year-old sensation flies high.
Oh!
High risk, no reward.
Nothing but knees. Billie Starkz goes for the swanton once again. Marti Belle, the brilliance, and now going for Hell's Bell, and it lands.
Connects. Would this be an upset? Would this be an upset? 2 and 3.
And the winner of this contest, Marti Belle.
You hear the fans here at Derby City Wrestling not happy with the victory of Marti Belle, beating the hometown sensation in Billie Starkz.
Well, let's go back and check out the closing moments of this matchup. Billie Starkz had Marti Belle dead to rights, went for the swanton, but Belle gets the knees up, the knees to the back of the neck, and that leads to the devastating Hell's Bell. And Marti Belle moving on with an amazing victory here in our main event. And credit to Marti Belle, tremendous show of respect between these two women. Very competitive matchup.
We're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week on Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield.